Each person in the mob. Let's see who answered that incorrectly. Wow. Wow. Chaz, that's 13 people at $1,000 each. You just added $13,000. Brings your grand total to $16,600. How did two grandmothers get that wrong?
It's been a really long time. I used to read it to my kids, but oh my gosh. I know.
I know. It's this whole who thing. All right, let's hear it for the grandmothers, even though they got it wrong. You now have $16,600. This is real stuff. You could go buy some Dr. Seuss books.
Sure, maybe an Armani suit.
Armani suit, couple burgers. Questions are getting harder. Mob is getting smarter. What would you like to do? Do you want the money or the mob? It's 1 versus 79. Each person you eliminate now is worth $2,000, okay?
Okay.
All right, Chaz, the next question. What color is the number 1 space on a standard roulette wheel? Red, black, or green? 79 mob members, answer right now. Okay, Chaz, standard roulette wheel. You're from Las Vegas.
I just want to apologize to the state of Nevada and the city of Las Vegas right off the bat. I do not know the answer to this on my own, but I'm hoping I might be able to get a little bit of help.
2 times you're allowed in the game.
I want to get some help.
All right, he's going to ask the mob. Chaz, I want you to pick the answer that you want to know more about.
Okay.
And then we're going to show you how many of the members of the mob picked it, but you'll also be able to ask any one of them why they picked that answer, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Which answer do you want?
Well, I know it's not green. I know those are the zeros, but I just don't know if it's red or black. I'll go with A. I'm going to ask about red.
Let's see how many people selected red, A. All right, Chaz, 42 of the remaining mob members picked red. Which one of those would you like to speak to?
I'll go with number 76, the year I was born.
All right, 76, what's your name?
Yes, my name is Eric Rico.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a salesperson.
All right, why'd you pick A, red?
I'm pretty sure that the odds are red and that the evens are black.
You're pretty sure?
Yeah, 95.5% sure.
All right,
yes.
he's 95.5% sure.
Well, we got was it 42 out of 79? That's more than 50%.
That's right.
I think I'm going to have to go with red, side with the majority of the mob, and hope that they know what they're doing here. Otherwise, they're not going to be taking home that much money. So I think it's in all of our best interests to get this one right.
So you're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people.
You know, you could ask for help once more.
I have a suspicion I might need more help later on. So I'm gonna go with Eric and the majority of the mob, and I'm gonna pick A, red.
All right. Let's see if he's correct. He says A, red. For $2,000 for each mob member eliminated. Let's see how many people got that wrong. That is 37 people. At $2,000 a person is $74,000 extra dollars. Brings your total to $90,600. I would like to take a look right now, if I could, at number 13. Sir. You are a good luck charm. You've been here. You had my back. What happened?
I went B.
Ken Jennings, ladies and gentlemen. Ken Jennings. Thank you, sir. Pleasure to have you here. Thank you. All right. Chaz, you now have $90,600. You can walk away with that right now, or you can continue to play. Do you want the money, or do you want the mob? the man speak.
I love the love I'm feeling right now. So that's amazing. I feel pretty lucky. I just beat the guy that beat everyone else at Jeopardy. So I think I'm going to keep going with the mob.
You're more than halfway to $1 million. Let's see if we can get there when we return.
In the United States. Top one at the side, no score! Top one! Behind the net, the center, Senor! Audemars! Scores from the Boston Bruins!
Promise Mess, I wouldn't do this.
Welcome to another edition of Frozen in Time. Today we look at a two-year period in the 1990s when it was the best of times.
The Penguins have won the Stanley Cup. Oh, Lord Stanley, get me the brandy.
And it was the worst of times for the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The influence he's had on me and the rest of the team will remain with us forever.
It was a time when Pittsburgh was the center of the hockey world. Of course, it wasn't always that way. In 1984, when Mario Lemieux was drafted with the first overall pick, he was charged with saving a franchise that had been known for futility and a playoff collapse of epic proportions when the Pens blew a 3-0 series lead against the Islanders in 1975. On the first shot of his first shift of his first game, Lemieux did nothing to dissuade his believers. It was just the beginning for Lemieux.
Lemieux's out in front of the right. Broughton trying to cut the angle off Lemieux and Broughton. Lemieux in. Score! That's a Mario Lemieux goal. His 7th shorthanded goal of the year.
At center, up across the line, splitting the defense. What a play by Mario Lemieux. They came to see this type of play, and he made it look so easy.
Unfortunately, number 66's personal success had yet to translate into team success. It wasn't until 1989 Lemieux made it to the postseason for the first time. Lemieux led the Penguins to their first victory in a 7-game series in 19 years, a dominating 4-game sweep of the New York Rangers. In the Patrick Division Final, Lemieux posted a stunning and a record-tying 8-point game against the Philadelphia Flyers, but it was not enough as the Penguins fell in 7. With heightened expectations, Pittsburgh struggled the following year. On the final night of the season, they needed a win to qualify for the playoffs.
Ruutu leading it for his defense player to the point. They score. The Buffalo Sabres have scored the 3rd goal, and here in Pittsburgh you could hear a pin drop.
Looking to shake things up, Bob Johnson was hired as head coach on June 12th of 1990. Scotty Bowman was added as director of player development and recruitment. 4 days later, at the draft, the Penguins selected Jaromir Jagr with a 5th overall pick and then dealt their 2nd-round pick to the Calgary Flames for high-scoring Joe Mullen, who had won a cup for Calgary back in 1989. Optimism was tempered, however, when Mario Lemieux underwent back surgery in July.
I started to come back to my senses and felt a lot better. I walked that night at 2 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't sleep, so me and a couple of the nurses went out and had a little walk. So it was nice. Woke up at 6 o'clock after that and had another walk and felt pretty good since then.
Despite hopes of a speedy return for Lemieux, an infection set in, and the superstar would end up missing the first 50 games of the season.
That was tough to accept. I couldn't do anything for, 6 weeks, something like that. I was in bed for 3 weeks where I couldn't walk, but that's all in the past now, and I'm just looking forward to getting back on the ice as quick as possible.
That meant the team would have to rely on others if they were going to make the playoffs.
Recchi drops it, gets it back. Recchi in, what a move, shot! Oh, mamma mia, what a goal! Moving up, Coffey in, Coffey centered, shot, score by Cullen! Great setup by Paul Coffey, and it's a 2-2 game.
La remise jusqu'à Kevin Stevens, à Mark Recchi, devant pour Stevens, et le but!
Kevin Stevens, you know, was his first year in the National Hockey League last year, but he's big and strong and potentially is one of the outstanding, could be on one of the outstanding left wings. Mark Rickey is a sniper. He's got an excellent shot. He's a good hockey player, and Cullen is an excellent center. He sees the ice extremely well, passes well. They complement one another extremely well, and they're for real.
Well, I think last year I played with Kevin Stevens the first part of the year, and we played pretty well together. And then when I got hepatitis and kind of lines got moved around a little bit, and then when I got back, I played with Mark Recchi. So we had a real good year last year, me and Mark playing together, and so I knew I could play with both of them. I knew what type of players they were, and I mean, and they're both great players. And you're playing with great players, things are going to happen.
In early December, Craig Patrick pulled the trigger on another deal that proved to be significant. Patrick picked up Larry Murphy from the Minnesota North Stars in a multiplayer trade. The high-scoring defenseman bolstered an already potent offense.
Held in by Murphy. Murphy, the shot, score. Terreri screened. It's a 1-1 game.
On January 3rd, the Penguins were in 4th place in the division, 8 points at a first. Many speculating about Lemieux's return, his mates went on a roll.
What a fine save by Ing. There's another shot. They score. And the Penguins have the lead. And it's Cullen and Recchi in there again. Here's Mark Recchi to the net. Cullen scores. Now Mark Recchi takes his time to Murphy to the front of the goal. Cullen scores. The hat trick for Cullen. 5-1 Pittsburgh.
Ahead on the show.
We've got a lot of hockey ahead of us. I mean, we've got to win the Stanley Cup, and it's something that I'll sit back. I mean, it's when I leave the room here, I'll really be happy in the summertime. And it's like winning 2 Stanley Cups. Years down the road, you cherish stuff like that.
Welcome back to Frozen in Time. Look at the Pittsburgh Penguins Stanley Cup years. By mid-January of 1991, Mario Lemieux had begun to work out and skate with the team for the first time since back surgery in the off-season.
When he gets back, he's going to get a lot of attention out there, so maybe to give myself a little more room out there would be good.
Well, when I took the job, he was healthy. That was last summer, and we've never seen him on the ice. But the players have responded very well, and the John Cullens and the Mark Rickies, and now we're getting good balance. We made some moves that helped our team, I thought, and our fans have been patient, and we hope that he can come back and reward them, and he'll fit in our lineup very nicely. I got a nice spot for him.
Late in the month, he would finally make it back.
Madame Lemieux, are you nervous at all for Mario this evening?
No, oh no.
No problem, you don't think?
No problem tonight.
He's going to play tonight. We just talked after a pregame skate, and he's ready to go.
On January 26, after missing 50 games, Lemieux was back in the lineup against the Quebec Nordiques. By his second game, the rust had worn off.
Iafrate backpedaling, feeds it off Lemieux's skate. Penguins control, scores! Mario Lemieux, and we're all tied. And the big guy, number 66, gets his first goal.
My stamina and trying to get back in shape, and especially when you don't play for 10, 11 months, your muscles are not used to the grinding every night and practicing every day. So that's the toughest thing about trying to make a comeback. And I've been riding the bike a lot, which I never used to in the past, so that's a little change. But I enjoy it now, and hopefully the next 2 or 3 weeks I'll be back to where I was.
Any good thing of Mario being out was, for a blessing, was it raised a lot of players' games to a different level. I knew coming this year that Mario wouldn't be there at the start of the year, so if the Penguins are going to do well, myself and a lot of other players, had to play some good hockey.
The one thing I think it really gives us another line that they have to worry about. It's interesting. They worried about John Cullen and Mark Recchi all the time, and now with Lemieux in the lineup, they seem to forget about Recchi and Cullen. They worry about Lemieux, and it gives you another dimension there with the line, and gives us a real force on a power play that's been successful. Our power play's been pretty good, and with him in the lineup, it should be just better.
Jogger for Dina. Back now for Murphy. Murphy, a shot, scored!
Murphy can shoot. It's tipped by Jager.
Look at him fly, penetrate, back for Jager, cup, shoot, scores! Coffey the rush, Jager the goal. Coffey turns the net up the middle, Yager breaks away. Scores! A hat trick for Yager to make it 6-2.
At home, the Pens were unbeatable. They would ride a team record 11-game winning streak until the start of March. It was a good thing because in stark contrast, they were in the midst of a 10-game winless streak on the road. On March 4th, the Penguins were in third place, 12 points back of the front-running Rangers. And Craig Patrick made a bold trade, sending high-scoring John Cullen and 2 others to the Hartford Whalers for Ron Francis, Ulf Samuelsson, and Grant Jennings. The move sparked the team immediately.
Here's Stevens across the line to Erie. Shoots. Save made by Rudy. Rebound Lemieux. Shoots. He scores! Stevens, I think, tipped it in. Francis won the draw. Samuelsson shoots. Van Beesbrook stopped and they score! Francis on the rebound. His first as a Penguin. Kevin Stevens shoots the puck in behind Van Beesbrook. He's done it. They've scored. The Penguins have won it.
A 7-game unbeaten streak combined with the Rangers' collapse led the Penguins to their first division title in franchise history. Heavily favored to beat the New Jersey Devils to open the playoffs, the Penguins started slowly by losing the opener, and they found themselves in a pivotal Game 2 in overtime.
Yager on the right wing, hooked from behind. With interference by McLean, but he gets to the net. Yager scores! Pittsburgh wins it!
In Game 3, the Penguins again got some late heroics, with the game winner coming in the final minute of the third period.
Flipped in, loose puck in front. They score! The Penguins have taken the lead.
The Devils, however, rallied to win 2 straight, and now the Penguins were facing elimination in New Jersey in Game 6. A shoulder injury to Tom Barrasso compounded problems because it forced backup Frank Pietrangelo into the spotlight. Despite the pressure, late in the first period, he produced a stop that is known in Pittsburgh simply as the save.
Benisov shot it, tipped by Shanahan. Stastny is robbed. He's robbed. And he can't believe it. What a save by Frank Pietrangelo.
Many point to the save as one of the catalysts for what was to come in the future. Kevin Stevens would score a pair of goals as the Penguins forced the 7th game. Back at home, Pietrangelo was unbeatable as he pitched a shutout and added an assist. Pittsburgh advanced to 7 games. In the second round, facing the Washington Capitals, the Penguins dropped the opening games and were trailing in Game 2 before their flair for dramatics took over.
Delayed call against the Capitals who lead 6-5. Recchi shoots, deflected on goal, a save by the They score! Randy Gullet jammed it in.
That goal would force overtime in a pivotal Game 2. Once again, the Penguins would turn to a superstar for a dramatic goal.
Bounces it ahead to Ron Francis. He's joined by Stevens. Francis finds him. He shoots. He scores!
The Pens would never look back, outscoring Washington in the final 3 games to move on to their first conference final in team history. Ahead. Welcome back to Frozen in Time's look at the Pittsburgh Penguins' Stanley Cup years. In the 1991 conference final against the Boston Bruins, Pittsburgh dropped the opening game and again went to overtime in Game 2, looking to even the series.
In for Poulin, centered it. Here's Christian. Score! Boston wins in overtime.
In the locker room following the devastating goal, Kevin Stevens guaranteed anyone who would listen that the Penguins would rally and win the series.
Now Stevens comes in, gets a shot, scores! Stevens for Pittsburgh! 1-0.
Stevens sparked the change in momentum with the first goal in Game 3, and the Penguins never looked back.
Hard bump, now he's around it. Lemieux scores! Mario Lemieux. Trottier is moving to center and a good move there. Trottier dropped it, Samuelsson. Rebound, Trottier scores! Trottier got the rebound after making a fine play to Samuelsson.
and Pittsburgh leads 3-1.
In dominating fashion, the Penguins made good on Stevens' promise, winning 4 straight to overcome the 2-game deficit and advance to their first ever Stanley Cup final. For the 4th straight series, the Penguins dropped the opening game. But in Game 2, they bounced back behind an electrifying goal for the ages.
Here's Lemieux. The center penalty coming up. Look at Lemieux. Oh, my heavens. What a goal. What a move. Lemieux. Oh, baby.
Lemieux's back would cause him to miss Game 3, and the North Stars would take advantage, winning 3-1. Lemieux returned for Game 4, and never again did his team trail in the series.
And get it